Do you know that if you wanted to apply for an asylum in Europe, you can't just choose any country which you like? There is a rule called Dublin Convention that decide where your asylum claim will be guaranteed or processed. In this video, I will break it down in simple terms so you will understand how it works when you come to seeking asylum in the European Union. The first country that you enter, according to that Dublin Convention, will decide where your application process will be processed or where you will stay. Let's start from the beginning. What is Dublin Convention? The Dublin Convention, now called the Dublin Regulation, is a law in the European Union that decides which EU country is responsible for processing your asylum application. It was first signed in Dublin, Ireland in 1990 and has been updated a few times, with the latest version being Dublin 3 in 2013. Why this impact? Why this exists? Why was this agreement reached by all these European countries that they call Dublin Convention? If you pay attention, this system was created for so many reasons. There are reasons that make them to come together to create this thing to help distribute asylum seekers, especially those who are arriving through the port seas of many European countries, so that they will have what is called even distribution of asylum seekers in all the member states. These are the systems that make it work. One of them is to stop people from applying for asylum in multiple countries, because most often many people apply for asylum in multiple countries. Some can go to Germany and they seek for asylum. Some will go to maybe Italy or maybe Spain to go apply for asylum from here to here. They put this Dublin Convention or Dublin Regulation to checkmate all these things, not allowing people to seek asylum in this country and also go to this country to seek for an asylum, and also to make sure that at least one country takes responsible of someone's asylum procedure, and they keep the process faster and the more organized. These are the things that make them to come together to form this thing called Dublin Convention. But there are key rules you must know that govern this Dublin Convention in case if you are planning to come to Europe to seek for an asylum in Europe. There are things you need to know before coming. First country rule. This is number one. That's what I call first country rule. If you enter the EU through one country, that country is usually responsible for your asylum claim. If you enter, for example, in France, France is responsible because when you arrive, they are going to take your fingerprint. France is the country that is responsible for taking care of your asylum claim. Be prepared. Know what you need, what you want, have your evidence, have your proof before coming. Knowing that the first port of entry, first port of call is where your asylum will be decided. Number two rule is that what they call family reunification. If you have close family in another EU country, you may be sent there instead. For example, as I said, if you arrive in Charles de Gaulle in France, maybe you have relation that is living in Belgium or in Spain or maybe Portugal. You may request that to have family that live there. The possibility of them transferring you to that place is very, very big, that you will be taken there because you already have family members who are living there, who are legally living there. So they will like to take you there so that your application process will be processed there. There are things you need to look critically before taking a decision to come and seek for an asylum in Europe. Number three is that fingerprint in Eurodac. That's what I call Eurodac. When you arrive, your fingerprints are taken and they added to a database to track your entry. So when as I said, in your first port of call, your fingerprint is taken. If you go to another country to take for an asylum again, once they take your fingerprint again, they will know that you already taking fingerprint in one country, they will requested for that country, ask them that they want to bring you back to that place, so that that will be the place that you will seek that asylum, and that is where your asylum will be processed. Then number 4 is transfer between countries. If you apply in another country, you might be sent back to the first one, as I already said before. Then there are what they call children's rights. Those who are minor, underage, who arrive unaccompanied, there are special protection for those, depending on the countries. That some we say 18, under 18 years, some will say under 19, or some will say under 21, depending on the country that you arrive. If you are minor that is under this age, there are special protection this Dublin Convention guarantee for such people to protect them. This is what they call international protection. This law applies not just in all EU countries, but also including Ireland, Norway, Switzerland, and the Liechtenstein. They also signed this pact with the European Union. These 4 countries I mentioned is also included. If you are coming, be less assured that the first country, as I said before, you arrive, your fingerprint taken, is a place where your asylum claim will be processed and every other things. Some said the Dublin system is unfair to border controls like Greece, Italy, and Spain, because these are the places where people normally troop in through their sea borders. For example, in Lampedusa in Italy, a lot of people are coming in there, but a lot of people have begun to complain that, like, for example, these 3 countries are begin to say that it is unfair because most of the times thousands of people arrive in their seashore, making it impossible for them to cope with organizing and managing them, housing them, feeding them, clothing them, giving them medical attentions and stuff like that. These are the main reasons this Dublin Convention we are being convened to address this issue, because most asylum seekers arrive there first. It can also lead to long delay and difficult contention in refugee. Remember, the first port of call you enter is where you seek asylum, but being that many people are trooping through seas, how are they going to solve the problem? Because thousands of people, let's assume 10,000 of immigrants arrive in Italy. Are you going to do? Will you allow them? Because Dublin Convention says the first port of entry that you enter is where your case will be judged. They bring it so that there will be even distribution of these asylum seekers. They can take them to Sweden, Norway, Finland, distribute it among themselves, Austria, so that everybody will participate in it, so that there will be no one that will be feel cheated. This is the reason for those who arrive through sea, but those who arrive through airport, that means you arrive genuinely, legally, with your passport and with your visa. Most at times, many people that come through the sea are what they call illegal immigrants, because many of them did not even have passports. Many of them would not even know, where they come from, as they claim the asylum. The Dublin Convention is all about deciding which country handle your asylum claim. If you found this video so helpful, my brother, please do not forget to like and touch the subscribe button for more information, tips, and share this video to help others understand their right in Europe when it comes in terms of seeking asylum in Europe. Find this useful? Please follow us for more. Thank you very much.